Yay. I actually got home at the 11 and a half hour mark. I clocked out at 11 hours. Almost on the nose. I called dispatch before I left. I don't talk to my manager. My plant manager, he's never there. I mean, he's like, it's like, why don't we just, you go sit in the office at a desk and just, I don't know, do whatever, because you're completely, like, useless when it comes to us, you know, as drivers. But anyway, yeah. Anywho, I was the last. They had, on the book, they had 670. I don't know if they had a call back and needed more. I was 640. And, yeah, we had a great night. It was a great night. We just pounding it out. And the crew was good, and I had to scold. I scolded the guy, and I'm like, see? You're going to have this big pile of shit, because I'm not going to move and fill in something all the way on the other side of this pad because I have a quarter of a yard left on. Here, you all can fucking beat it down. Get some shovels. Because you moved somebody in my way. He should have known better. Then to pull up. He could have just backed up out of my way and just let me empty out like a normal person. But no, he sat there in my way, knowing I still had to get empty. Anyway, that was the worst of it. And then I went and poured it into a bucket, and then I was done. I was done. It was just rocking and rolling all night long. And it was a good night. And I wasn't sleepy today, which is freaking weird. Because yesterday, I was so fucking tired. I was tired when I woke up. And I got sleep. And I didn't even drink. And I was struggling, fucking struggling to keep my eyes open. Just, I don't, what the fuck day is it? It's Wednesday. So yeah, we got done early on Monday. I came home, made me something to eat. It's all good in the hood. I didn't even drink. I went to bed at a reasonable time, got 7 hours, woke up, got ready for work. On my way to the plant that we were loading out of, I was like, my eyes were wanting to shut. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with me? And then I did like, we got down to where it stalled. It started to get like real slow. I couldn't even. I was just like, whatever. I was zonk. I was fatigued to the point of just wanting to sleep. With no reason. Absolutely no reason at all. Made 0 sense. Entirely. I hate my body. I hate it. It's just like, the first time in ages, I got muscle spasms today. I was having muscle spasms in my leg. I was like, woo-hoo! Yeah! Can I? Nope, it's still not. When I got the knee done, when I had to have that ACL replaced on my knee, the anesthesia, I could not bulk my thigh. my thigh muscle fucking atrophied. Just, yeah. All the nerves were like, and it's still numb on my shin. And the doc was like, yeah, it's going to last a year. When we block that, we block it. And even my mom, she had knee replacement. She goes, oh yeah, I can't feel nothing. She goes, the nerves are like wrecked. She goes, but hey, at least you're not having pain, right? I was like, yeah, that's true. Good point. Oh, I'll go with that. So anyway, I got home maybe 15, 20 minutes ago, not even. And I just wanted to, I wanted something to eat, and I couldn't. I'm like, thank God I have kimchi. Oh, thank God. It's like the perfect fucking snack food. If you don't know what to eat, and you're like, I don't know what to fucking eat, I have the spicy one. It's great for just like, I have carrot, like those baby carrots. I don't have, I have Tostitos blue corn tortillas. I usually eat those with, like, when I make Mexican food, which I eat a lot of, by the way. It's like my favorite thing ever. What I can do with 4 ingredients is fucking incredible. Tonight, I don't know what I want. I've got pierogies in there, and I've got skirt steak for, like, fajitas. But I don't want to cook. I'm to that point. I don't want to cook today. So I've got to figure out what I'm going to eat that doesn't require 900 fucking ingredients. I don't have anything. I'm literally trying to think. I can't. It's like salad. I could do salad. I'm not in the mood for a salad. Earlier today, I was so fucking hungry. Oh my God. It felt like a gremlin was chewing at my back. I'm like, why am I hungry? This is mental. I got some rotisserie chicken up there. I could doctor that and make some quesadillas. Or chicken fajita quesadillas. I'm trying to think. Cooking when you're single is kind of an enigma. I grew up in a huge family. And every time, my mom cooked, she cooked enough for, an entire squad of people, basically, because of a family of 7, right? And I am proportionately conditioned to cook for this many people. Cooking for myself took practice. Now I've gotten pretty good at it. I do like the other night, I had chicken. I had chicken and bean burritos. And so I can take rotisserie chicken, chop it up, season it up, refried beans on a tortilla with some cheese, and dinner. And it's a healthy dinner. It's not garbage, I've got salsa, and I've got, queso in there. It's probably the worst thing that I eat is a queso. But as far as, other ingredients, I try to find the cleanest versions of the simplified form, like green chili or green salsa. I do not have the time or the energy to boil up tomatillos, to peel them, to make green salsa, when Hardez makes up one. It's just as good. They don't add a whole bunch of shit to their stuff either. There's that. So yeah, there's a lot of There's some things that, you know, in the white queso, the Tostitos version. I like Tostitos. They don't use a whole bunch of garbage now. They don't use the best ingredients. I really wish everybody would ditch the fucking soybean and vegetable oils and just start using avocado and olive oil to make their products in. I really fucking do. I just don't. The world has become accustomed to using these products that are messing up metabolisms and causing cancer. I believe, you know, with everything, my personal opinion, with all of the different crap that they can blame cancer on, you know, I believe that margarine and vegetable oils rightfully are the reasons why, and Crisco, you just use just use lard. They're selling it more readily now. You can find it fucking everywhere now. And the price is coming down because they're starting to make it. It's like the best way to make lard is to do pork skins or cracklings. You know, so you've got the pork belly, you dice it up, you render out the fat, and then you eat the crispy stuff. It's homemade chips. Beef, tallow. Tallow is like the be-all, end-all of the best cooking fat. I can say bar none. I fucking love this stuff. I bought, I don't know what the hell it was. Huge. Took up the whole fucking counter. Took me hours to process this thing. Vacuum seal it, get it put into bags, you know, get in the freezer, age, whatever, dice up for stew and, you know, whatever. And I went through all of that. I mean, I didn't throw away a stitch of it. And all of the fat on there, I ended up with probably, I have those little jars. I had probably 6 of those square, shallow type of jars of tallow. And then one other jar, like, because I ran out because I only had 6. 2 of them were being used for something else. I had 8 originally. And I filled up a pint jar. And I literally would cook my beef in tallow in my cast iron. When I was doing like strict no carb keto kind of thing. And then I went into like carnivore and I gained weight. And so I had to go back and rethink, okay, how did I do? Yeah, and I was so concerned about my A1C. I was concerned about going into my doctor's appointment and getting my blood work done and them doing glucose at that time at 8:30 in the morning, and I have dawn effect because of my wacky hours that I work. So it's very difficult for a practitioner to diagnose diabetes or type 2 diabetes or whatever without doing an insulin resistance or insulin test, which is very inconvenient and it takes a week. But the thing is in the morning, my blood sugar is like 120 something. It's pretty consistent, 120, always. Somewhere between 120 and 130 when I wake up after having not eaten for 12 hours. Always. And it's not until I eat something or several hours after I wake up, fasting, does it go down. It's almost as though I need to eat one crumb of something in order to get my insulin triggered to start attacking the glucose that my liver has decided to say, here, we're going to feed you breakfast. And that's because I'm not a breakfast eater. I don't eat breakfast. 9 times out of 10, I do not eat breakfast. Every now and then, I get a craving. And it's for a particular sandwich from a particular market, and that is what I eat. And I satiate that craving once a month. But when I walk in there, the lady's like, oh, there's only 2 in there. Do you need me to make you another one? I was like, yes, please. She'll run back and make me a 3rd sandwich because she knows I'm going to eat 3. I get 3 every time I go in there. Just because I love them. They make the best fucking breakfast sandwiches. This one market that I go to. But I don't get a chance to go to one very often. You know, it's, hit or miss. Weekends are the easiest to get to them. Like, so on a Saturday morning, if I wake up early, I might be able to grab breakfast sandwich in the morning. Right? I get up at 5 in the morning, run out there and get one. But yeah, they're good people. I like that market. But today's weird. I wasn't even craving that gin and juice. It's just I need to get some sustenance in my body because I was starving. And then by the time I got home, I'm sitting there like, now I'm not hungry. But I know I am hypoglycemic. I have the proponency to have very low blood sugar. And when I get low blood sugar, I'm eating things that aren't good for me. So to mitigate having that blood sugar drop, that glucose drop, I have to adjust my diet and eat certain things. Now, there's probably a lot of practitioners, if any of them have ever seen any of my content, they're probably like, yeah, you eat pasta. Yeah, I love pasta. But I eat organic pasta. I eat imported pasta. My beer is imported. My gin is imported. Everything that I consume that's bad, it's imported. I don't drink Budweiser or Coors or any of that type of American beer. There might be one that I would if I could get it down here, but I have not been able to find it down here. And the only place that I know of that has it is in the state of Minnesota. It's called Grain Belt. Might entertain that. That's good stuff. And it's the only blonde beer that I will ever drink. Because it's got flavor. every, you know, and it's from a friend from the Army that passed away. Her dad introduced me to that. Such a great family. God, I miss that family. I just want to take a week and go up there and just hang with them for a week. And be like, what are you doing? Nothing. I'm coming up just to visit because I want to take time off from work, and you are who I want to spend time with. Yeah. Because, yeah, I got nothing better to do. I'm going to try to work it this year to where I can take 3 weeks. 3 separate weeks and go do what I want to do. I've been doing this job 10 years. And this is the longest I've ever held a job at one employer. Yep. It's like I found my niche. And before we had a change in management, it felt like family. We were a family, you know. We had it's like the dude that was here, his name's Joey. I call him Uncle Joey. One of our older guys, he retired. They made him retire because he was fucking up. Anyway, yeah, it's like time to retire, honey. Go file for your Social Security. You're gonna have to figure it out. But you ain't gotta go home, but you can't stay here. Anyway, yeah, I used to call him Uncle Harry. And a lot of the guys that were here when I was hired, yeah, they're like cousins. Like little brothers. Like we had one guy I got close to, who's super nice guy. He's got a wife and couple of kids, and him and I just we just like clicked, and when he came back to work for us, I was like, hey, and he was like, hey. And then we were in the office, just bullshitting. And I'm sitting there just leaning on him like this. And the dude's kind of looking. He's like, no, this is... She's like a mom and a little sister all wrapped up in one. That kind of thing. I think I have his number. I ought to message his ass. Be like, hey, you alright? You doing okay? Miss you, fool. I do. He was fun as fuck to work with. Oh, we had such a good time. And that's a big part of it. We've gone through, like, there's a meme. I've been at this job so long. It's like every hiring rotation, it's like, yeah, we're on, I'm on season 10, episode 3. So, yeah. Work with somebody for a few years and then they quit, they move on. They might come back. They might not. New people come in, you get to know them. They might stay. They might not. And it's just depending on the attitude, dynamic, personalities, all of that. All encompassing. Depending on the crew, the fleet, all of the drivers, the personalities of the drivers will dictate how well the jobs are done, because it dictates how well the drivers work well together. Now, we've got a couple. I've bitched about them often. It's not that they're awful people. They're just awful drivers. They're awful in their inability to think. They're not intelligent at all. They don't look at the big picture. They just take the load and go. Now, earlier, I think I got a video on this. I was bitching about it. I was like, then why the fuck did you even ask? We had a guy. He gets on the radio and he asks the plant manager, do I need to rinse my bowl for this? And the plant manager gets back. He's like, yeah, just put a shot of water around it and then get in the hole. You know. Well, the next thing you know, the guy gets in the hole all fucking crooked. Plant manager's down there. Hey, you need to readjust. I can't load you like that. You're all sideways and shit. And then he asks him, did you rinse your bowl? No, I did it at the job. And I'm sitting there thinking, you did it at the fucking job, so why the hell did you ask him? And then I go on the video talking about different mixes and what requires being fucking rinsed for. This trainer does not fucking train. It's pissing me off. We've got a guy, he's supposed to be getting a trainer truck. He called me. He was like, I don't know how well I'm going to do on this training thing. He's like, actually, you should be doing it. I said, no, I'll scare him away. I don't want to scare him away. I'll scare him away. I scare people. Anyway, I don't want to scare off drivers. I mean, because I'm too fucking honest and I have no candor. I said, but you got to focus on the don'ts. You got to focus on the mixes and knowing how to read the fucking ticket. And knowing what to do if you got a question on what that is on the ticket. Like, one guy, he been doing this shit for fucking ever. I wanted to knock his I'm sitting there listening. I'm listening on the radio. I grabbed the wrong bucket. How the fuck you grab the wrong bucket? There is only one fucking no, there's two. Two contractors that use Euclid that we run. Two! And that's because they're preferential to it. So doesn't make it fucking different. It's the same shit. They like Euclid. They get Euclid. We stock it. They get it. This fucker, did it say this name or this name? That's the thing I'm saying. Who's the contract? If it doesn't say this guy or this guy, then you don't use that. You use the yellow stuff. Surf coat. This guy's been with us a couple years. This kind of thing. This kind of thing right there. Like, so when I was talking about how we have a diversity of intelligence and skill levels and knowledge, for that matter, experience and whatnot. And it is that crap right there that makes me and Uncle Joey and my buddy from up north, or the three buddies from up north, all of us look fucking stellar because we're low maintenance. They don't have to babysit us. And this is what pushes us. This is what pushes our buttons. When I've been doing this job 10 fucking years, and I got a plant manager that is so accustomed to having to babysit these fucking rookies. Start asking me questions. And babbling on like a magpie, repeating himself, practicing his hooked on phonics and shit. Telling me crap that I already fucking know. Insulting my intelligence. That kind of shit. Now, one thing, he's been working forever. We have 2 different size bags of steel fiber. We got one. I don't even have anything fucking comparative. Anyway, we've got one that's about this big. Right? About that wide. About this thick. So, takes 5 of those. And then we've got another one that's about the size of my torso. Takes 3 of those. So, 5 of the little ones for a 10 yard. 3 of the big ones for a 10 yard. That kind of size. And it just depends on who fucking orders it. And it confuses the shit out of people. And, just order the same shit all the time. But sometimes they can get the big ones for cheaper, so they get them, right? Doesn't matter. The loader is going to help you load this shit anyway. They're going to stack it on top of the bucket. They're going to raise it up. You're going to grab it and throw it in the fucking thing. Right? So, dude was asking, how many bags do I need? And we're like, 5. And I'm sitting there thinking, well, what size are the bags? See, nobody knows. They just know they know little bag, big bag. So, I need to get online and order ice cubes. I need to order those. Yeah, you're going to look at my messy fucking kitchen because I'm going to mix my drink. Because I'm like, yeah. Well, maybe I'm blocking half of it, but that's alright. Yeah, you can't see my freezer. Yay! Yeah, my dishes going on. Only the last 2 days. I don't much keep up with it except for the plastics. I have a problem. I need a dishwasher so I can wash my plastics. But, you know what? I grew up with a dishwasher in our house. I really did. And, even then, dishwashers did not... Let me count this out here. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. There we go. And dishwashers don't get plastics all the way clean all the time. They just really fucking don't. Anyway, so yes, if you should know, I am the type of person who goes to a bar and requests a certain drink in a tall glass. That is because I don't like taste of liquor. I really don't. I think it all tastes like shit. There's certain mixed drinks that I can drink that don't kill me. Not many. Not many at all. I was not a fan of alcohol for many, many years. I had a bartender introduced me to Greyhounds. That's what they're called, basically. I just don't salt my glass because I don't like it. I think salting glass on that is kind of but it's grapefruit and gin. It's just my personal preference in that regard. But you can do pink grapefruit, or if you have you know, if you don't like regular grapefruit and you want pink grapefruit, and the bar doesn't have pink grapefruit, typically they won't have pink grapefruit. Because it is sweeter. They'll either do like a little splash of grenadine or a splash of cranberry juice in the grapefruit juice, the drink itself. I'll just kind of give it a splash, and it sweetens it up just enough. Tastes like pink grapefruit. That was a little trick that I learned being a bartender. I think the first time the girl made it for me, she did splash it with a little bit of cranberry to sweeten it up. I was like, since when do bars carry pink grapefruit? She goes, oh no, I splashed it with it. I was like, yeah. Take out the cranberry. I don't need it. Really? Yeah. But grenadine works. And for whatever, you're in one of those dive bars that doesn't keep a whole lot of variety of shit on hand. Maraschino cherry juice works too. Sweeten it up enough. For those people who like the pink grapefruit. I don't like pink grapefruit juice. I like pink grapefruit. I have a whole bag of them in the drawer in there. I eat the fuckers. Constantly. That is my thing. I don't have a lot of variety in my life. I'm pretty, simple. My vegetables, I have pineapple, grapefruit. My meats are beef and chicken. And I do more chicken here lately than I have beef. I love rice. I just don't like cooking it. It takes forever. That's why. And I love pastas. It's just I have no portion control. So I avoid eating a lot of things, not because I don't like them, just because I have no portion control. I have no appetite control. Once I start, like, I could eat an entire fucking thing of macaroni and cheese. I mean, just for some reason, and I never get full. I just eat it. Now, there's other things, like my chicken quesadillas. I do 2 of those. I'm full. But macaroni and cheese, I will never get full. Yeah, I can eat a whole fucking pound of macaroni and cheese in one sitting. It's kind of mental. So it's knowing proper portions and portion control. I was watching a short, and she, divides up the Chipotle, and she shows you this is what a serving is. This is what they give you. I was eating the whole fucking thing at one time. But me, I only eat one time a day. So if I were to eat that whole thing at one time, that would be my whole day's worth of food. And it wouldn't faze me. It's those that they eat breakfast, they eat the Chipotle bowl, and then they go home and eat dinner. Yeah, they're going to be consuming close to like 3,500 calories in one day. Me, I try to average 15 to 1,800 with a one meal. I may go up, I may go above 2, but I also work 12 and 14 hour days. Some days I get off for a little early. I get like 11. I'm chilling. I'm trying to think on how I want to arrange my mom to come and help me clean my house. Because I need a housekeeper so badly. And I miss her. I miss her coming in and having, whether it be a Wednesday or a Thursday, just coming home from work and everything be done. And I can just sit here and be like, I'm going to go soak in the bath, me and my cocktail, and I'm going to just chillax. But she's like, you work the most ridiculous hours. I said, well, some days it's 5 hours. She goes, but you're trying to make up sleep and time and energy from 4 days prior to that. You had worked 3 12s in a row. I was like, yeah, so. She's like, you don't get no fucking time for you. That's what's making you tired. You don't get you time. I said, I get me time. I get my hour in the morning for coffee, and then I go get ready for work, and then I work for 12 to whatever, and then I come home and I cook my dinner, and then I'll stay up for an hour or two, and she goes, well, sometimes you don't stay up an hour or two. Sometimes you are rushing home, you are filling your gullet, and you're getting right in bed. You don't get time to just... And at the same time, with all that going on, you're having to do your laundry, you're having to cook your meals, you're cleaning up your dishes. I do. Every couple of days I'll go through and I'll make sure everything is done and get stuff put away and the sink stays clean for about maybe 48 hours. Kind of like my truck at work. It stays clean for about a day. Then it starts to look crazy. And depending on how busy we are, will determine how crazy it fucking gets. Today, I was blessed. We had a little bit of downtime. I told the guy before I left for the last run, I was like, I get back, I gotta clean this fucking truck, dude. It is gross. He's like, really? I was like, yeah. I said, I need to take a hammer to some spots. I said, because I've got concrete splattered on the fenders. I don't even know where the fucking shit come from. He's like, yeah. So, old girl was driving the dump truck. She's got the great big tanker dump truck. Huge thing, right? 40-footer. She's awesome. I love her. She's a sweetheart. Anyway, he's like, yeah, she used to bitch about her. She's like, where the fuck is this concrete coming from? I washed it. I washed it down. Where are these blobs coming from? I've got a sneaky suspicion that it's coming off of the catwalk. Somehow when they load us, something is happening up there. I don't know. I'm 10 years in and I still haven't figured it out. It's like, where is this crap coming from? Nothing is splattered on me. No pumps have popped on me. Where? I don't know. So, anyway. I had such a good fucking day. Even talking to my dispatch, I was like, yeah, I don't talk to you anymore. He's like, yeah. I was like, don't you miss me? He's like, yeah, kinda. He's like, but if I keep you on these big ones, the only time I'm hearing from you is at the end of the day. And the only thing you're asking me is, okay, do you need this concrete? And if you don't, what time do you need me tomorrow? He goes, it's like low maintenance. He goes, it's like yesterday. Like, he ain't got no blocks here. So, you want me to drop it at camp? You want me to drop it here? What do you want me to do with this fucking half a yard of shit? Nah, I said, I've got to stop back in that plant. I got to fill up because our fuel island is fucked up, right? I don't know what's going on with it. And, he's like, no. Yeah, just stop in there, get fuel. If they don't have blocks, douse it, which means basically put water on it, a lot of it. Head to the dump and go home. I was like, okay. And that was it. I was like, you don't need it for anything? Nope. Hit the dump and go home. Okay. So I did. Well, my manager, because I communicate with my dispatch, because he's my first line. To me, he's my first line. Plant manager is walking outside as I'm parking my truck across the road, because I know that I'm coming back in at 2:30 in the morning, right? And I'm not gonna fuck with that gate at 2:30 in the morning. Well, it was funny because one of our guys, he always parks inside the gate, and I'm like, why do you mess with that fucking lock? He was, well, if I get back before they lock it. I was like, fuck it. I said, you're leaving at 2:30 in the fucking morning to head down to another plant. You got no business going in there. Fuel up. Do what you gotta do. Park your shit next to your fucking vehicle. Save yourself some energy and some time. I said, we work enough. This is fucking mental. Not to mention, I think that dude is actually homeless. I think he's got a legal address. But I think basically he just sleeps in his car. Right there in our overflow. I'm a little neurotic. I take my tablet, like this is my work tablet, right? And my truck key. So when I park my vehicle up on the hill, I got it. I pull my tablet and I pull my key so nobody can take off with it. And but he's there. He's like basically a guard dog. All of the tankers, all of our stuff is up there. That guy is there. When I get there in the morning, he goes, "You're my alarm clock." Yeah. As soon as he hears me lock, it goes doot doot. As soon as he hears that, he wakes up. He turns on his car and the lights come on. That way I know he's awake. Otherwise, I'll do dumb shit to fucking wake his ass up. Because I've been there. I've lived in my car before. But I mean, for what it's worth, he's basically... He just inherited a shit ton of fucking land, too. It's out in Hartsville. But, you only get 10 hours off. You haven't got anything established there. Save your pennies. Yeah. I think that's a lot of it. I think a lot of I can go on to the homeless thing here. And I think I will. So I'm going to end it here. And I'm going to talk about the problems with the homeless system. Being homeless, the discrepancies of why homelessness doesn't get fixed. So, stay tuned. Peace.